Hi guys, how are you all? Very pleased to meet you once again in this video as we have been learning the tenses. We have begun to learn the passivation. Passivation, in my previous video, I just started as an introduction and we just gave the example in simple present tense just to understand the first person singular alone. So I thought it would be better that if I continue with that in this video, and we'll try to complete the simple present tense in changing from active to passive, passivation. Okay guys, I hope you are all doing well. And those who are viewing my channel for the first time, it's Luis Das from English EC, Luis channel. And I have been trying to help you to understand grammar in a homely atmosphere. So those who are viewing it for the first time, click the bell icon and subscribe it, and then try to watch till the end of my video and go back to my previous videos, and they are all helpful to you to understand better and better the grammar in English. So let's go into the video as far today's discussion is concerned. So let me try to start the formation of rules. See, if you look at the board here, whiteboard, I have actually written all the rules on the board here, so that it will be easy for you to look into, and then let me work out the examples underneath, so that I can show you the formulas and then the examples, so that we can have a kind of a clear-cut understanding. That's why I wrote all the formulas for all the subjective pronouns. You remember I told you in terms of changing passive voices, you need to remember 4 or 5 rules and regulations, especially in terms of changing the pronouns. That you have to be very, very careful. Okay, so let's try to go with the examples once again for the simple present tense and the first person singular. Remember I wrote the other day in an example, I write a letter. Okay, so when I say I write a letter, this is in active voice. Alright, this is in active voice. So according to our rule, this is your object and this is your verb and this is your subject. So what is supposed to be changed? What are we supposed to change here? Object of the active voice becomes the subject of the passive voice, and the subject of the active voice becomes the object of the passive voice. And then the verb is changed according to the tense, and now it is simple present tense. So depending upon the subject, the pronoun is going to be changed. Okay, now you may again don't confuse that. Also I told you in my previous video, also I told you don't get confused when I say I plus am plus past participle form of the verb. So let me come back for this sentence as an example. First let us write the passive sentence for this one here. So what is the passivation for this sentence? So a letter is written by me. So this is the objective change of the pronoun from I to me. So I becomes the objective pronoun me here, and the subject here letter is third person singular. Therefore, since it is present tense, since it is third person singular present tense, we add is. So we cannot write am here. So therefore we write is, and then the past participle form of the verb right here. Okay, so now you may confuse with the change of the sentence here and the rules that I have written here. Very simple, very simple. See, I have written here I, because sometimes your I may become as a subject. So when I becomes a subject in simple present tense, the verb has to be am only. Let me show you an example. Let me write and show you an example. See, okay, see. he pesters me, pesters me, pesters me to help him. So let us take this sentence. He pesters me to help him. Now is this an active voice sentence or passive voice sentence? Certainly this is an active voice sentence because you have the subject here, you have the verb, and it is simple present tense because since your subject is third person singular, yes is added to the main verb, and then me is your object here. Of course directly it has become as an indirect object, does not matter, as long as we have the rules and regulations, we can change them. See now how are you going to change this one into passive voice? He pesters me to help him. How do we understand the sentence? How do you understand the sentence? He pesters me. Which means for us, the main purpose of changing from active to passive is to write the past participle form of the verb in the given sentence along with the auxiliary verb. Okay, now who is pestered? I am pestered. I am pestered. So remember now, I am writing the answer according to this one. I am. Now what is the past participle form pestered? Pestered. Okay. I am pestered by whom? I am pestered by him to help. To help. See, I am pestered by him to help. You can write like that. See, so I am pestered by him to help. Okay, so this is how I am past participle form of the verb by, and then your subject of the active voice. See, he pesters me. Okay, so this is how we understand the first person singular. Okay, shall we move on to the next one here? So we go on to the first person plural. I think I wrote the example for the first person plural also on the other day. The same sentence we can think of. Now we are only in simple present tense. Don't forget that we are only in simple present tense. We are not moving into another tense now. So we will try to complete the simple present tense today. Now let's go into the first person plural. What is first person plural? We. Now we write the same sentence. We write a letter. We write a letter. See, we write a letter. Alright, we write a letter. Now, how do we change it? This is in active voice. This is an active voice. Now, how can we change this into passive? See, this is your object here, and this is your verb, and this is your subject. So, object becomes the subject here, a letter, and this is your third person singular as a subject. So, therefore, the verb is in simple present tense. So, that must be changed into passive form. So, what is that? A letter is written. Letter is written, and then by, the preposition by. By whom? Now, we is your subject here plural. So, we is changed into us. Okay? That's what in my previous video. If you want to, if you have any doubt in this one here, you can just go back to my video and see the kind of a substitution table that I showed you, where you have all forms of pronouns, nominative or subjective or possessive, and then the objective, both for singular as well as in plural. Different formation of pronouns there. So it will become very clear to you. Okay? So a letter is written by us. Now this letter is the subject here. See, now this is third person singular, so you must see only here the subject. Okay? This is your subject, and then this is your is verb, past participle. See, PPV, and then your by. See, and then your subject of the active voice. So subject of the active voice is changed actually from we to us. Alright? So is that clear, my dears? Is that clear? Okay? So that is how we should change. Excuse me. So is that clear now? See, this is how we must understand the rules. Understand the rule. So we write a letter is written by us. Okay, shall we move on to the second person now? Second person, of course, for both singular and plural, you only when consider, but for you to understand very clearly, I have written the pronouns twice for singular as well as for plural. So let us write the same sentence as an example. We try to change into passive voice. We try to change into passive voice. Okay. Now you write a letter. You write a letter. Okay, this is in active voice. Okay, this is active voice. So what is your passive voice? A letter. Alright, see, a letter. A letter is written by you, because you remains you only. Okay, a letter is written by you. Now look at the formula here. You plus are plus past participle plus by plus subject of the active voice. Now how do you understand this verb are here? You cannot simply write you is, and the formula is you are. You are. Similarly, the same sentence I can read. So you are. He, see, pesters you. She pesters you for help. Now, how do you change this into passive? See, you. What is your verb here? And then are, you are pestered. You are pestered by whom? By him. Clear now? See? Very simple. But when it comes to third person singular, that will become very easy for us. So don't get confused when I write am here, are here. So very simple, because when your subject is changed and the auxiliary verb is also changed, and you are writing the past participle form of the main verb here. Okay? So second person singular and plural is over now. So let's go into the third person singular now. What is the third person singular? So you have three third person singulars: he, she, it. He, she, it. So anything you can write now. So he or she or it. It, and then it is present tense. So what must be the verb here? Writes. Okay? Writes a letter. And this is your active voice sentence. This is your active voice sentence. Okay? Now, how are we going to change now? A letter is your object, writes is your verb, and all these are going to be your subject. Let's take one by one. Let's take, for example, he. When you say he writes a letter is written by him. See, subject is past participle form of the verb, by, and then subject of the active voice. Okay? So what would be the answer for the sentence? She writes a letter. A letter is written by her. Her. What about it? A letter is written by it. It remains it, only an object. Clear? Very simple. See, this is how you must understand the formula where you are changing from one voice to the other. One voice to the other. But make sure that you understand the subject, verb, object correctly. Now, since we are only in simple present tense, it may be easy, very easy for you to change the words here. And I'll show you some more examples. So let us go into the third person plural now. Third person plural. They. Okay? Third person plural. How would you write that? They write. They write a letter. They write a letter. So this is your subject and this is your verb and this is your object. And this is your active voice sentence. Active voice sentence. How would you change that now? A letter is written by. Now they, the pronoun becomes them. Alright, this is the objective pronoun for they. Okay, now see, third person plural, your subject. Now why I have written is here? Because your subject is third person singular. Is written past participle for the verb, by is there, and the subject of the active voice is them here. Letter is written by them. Clear, dears? Friends? Okay? Now we are going to actually discuss few sentences. All are going to be in simple present tense only, so that it will be easy for you to understand how the instead of pronoun as subjects, let us try to write different names here, so that you will understand them easily in simple present tense. Then it makes us easy also to frame sentences. Okay, so let's write few examples and then we'll become clear. Let's become clear in simple present tense from changing active to passive. Okay, now let me write it here. Let me write it here. See, let me rub this off. Okay, let me rub this off. Okay, now let me write a sentence here. See, what can we say? Okay, let me write it here. The manager wants the subjects. The manager wants the subject, which means don't worry about the concept very much, but we are worried only about the subject, verb and the object here. Now what is the subject here? The manager is your subject, wants is your verb, the subject is your object here. Okay? The manager wants the subject. Now how to understand this sentence? This is in active voice. And this is in simple present tense. How? Because you have the verb here, wants. Now what will be the past participle of that verb? Want. Okay, now let me write the answer for this one here. Subjects. So immediately, what should be the next? Appropriate agreement between the subject and the verb. And the subject and the verb, they must agree both in person as well as in number. Now here of course the manager is a singular subject, but here the subject is the plural subject. Okay, so naturally what is your verb here? The subjects, maybe you can change this one. The subjects are. Now what is the past participle form of the verb? Want. By whom? By the manager. So this is your passive voice. See how easy it is. See, the subjects are want. Are is your present tense verb auxiliary verb. Want is the PPV, past participle form of the verb want here. Okay? Understand? So read it once again. Read according to the rules and regulations that I have written here. Take time and read slowly. Of course, you can go back to the video and then come back again. But for the time being, you just go through and how I have changed it. I am using only the present tense verb here because we are concerned only present tense verb today. So when we go back to other tenses, we will just have the alternate sentences later on. Okay? Now just restrict ourselves into present tense today. Shall I wrap this off? Good. So we will wrap this off today, and then maybe one more example I will show you. With that we will stop. What one more example you can think of in simple present tense? What can we think now? Simple present tense. See now. Very simple sentence. Okay, see the the children or the students learn the grammar. Let us not use the definite article. The student learn grammar quickly. Alright? See? The students learn grammar quickly. Or instead of students we can say the viewers. That is also possible. Why to restrict ourselves with the students alone? Say viewers. The viewers learn grammar quickly. So how do we change now? This is in active voice. And what is your verb here? Learn. Now I have not added yes here. That you must be very careful. Why haven't I added yes here? Because the subject is plural. So when your subject is plural, verb also has to be in plural. Okay? So grammar quickly. Now what is your subject verb object? This is your subject verb and then grammar is your object. Don't take quickly as an object. That is an adverbial. Okay? So you can add this anywhere at the beginning of the sentence or at the end of the sentence. Now let's try to change to passive. So grammar. Now grammar is your third person singular subject. So therefore tense is present tense. So what must be the auxiliary verb? Grammar is, now the past participle form of the verb learn. Learned. Okay? Learn. Grammar is learnt by whom? By the students. The students quickly. Okay? See, grammar is learnt by the students quickly. So grammar is your subject here. See, is your past participle form of the verb by the preposition, and then the students is the subject of the active voice here. Quickly. Now you can write this sentence in another way also. Grammar is learned quickly by the students. Okay? That is also possible. That is also correct. Okay, students, or okay, viewers. By the way, I forgot to mention about the viewers. So let's take the viewers as the subject. How to change the sentence now? How to change the sentence? Grammar is learned by the viewers quickly. So let's all be happy. So because we are all viewers, no? And then many of you are going to view, and we are viewing now, and many of you are going to view in the future also. Continue to learn the grammar. So grammar is learned by the viewers quickly. So we can write so many sentences with the examples in present tense. So as far as simple present tense is concerned, let us learn the rules or the formulas according to the subject, and then the auxiliary verb, and then the past participle form of the verb by plus the object or the subject of the active voice. Okay guys, what else can we learn from this? Very simple. See, we are very thorough in active voice and passive voice as far as simple present tense is concerned. Simple present tense is concerned. Now you can even think of the passive voice and the circumstances also, along with the usage, Okay? So simple present tense in passive voice, very simple to learn, and don't forget about the past participle form of the main verb, and then the preposition by. So depending upon the subject and the verb, am, is, are, they are added before writing the main part of the verb, past participle part of the main verb, and then the by followed by the objects. Okay guys, so I think that's enough for today. So let me stop this video for the time being until I meet you in the next video with another tense in passivation. It's your teacher Luis Das signing off today. God bless you. Wish you well. Thank you.